Hello everyone, this is Tsuki Flames doing a top 5 on the scenes in Dragon Ball that gave me chills. Starting off at number 5 is going to be when Goku shows up on Namek and everything's looking bleak, and you got Gohan and Krillin getting the living crap beat out of him. Also Vegeta, which looked like he was unstoppable for a time. They took out Goldo, obviously easy enough, and then they ran into Raccoon, and it just did not go well for them at all. You got Vegeta that threw everything he had at him, and it did not make any difference. After that, he was completely taken out. He couldn't do anything about it. Krillin, like normal, got kicked, and bam, he was out of it. Then you got Gohan that ended up getting his neck broken. That I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know at the time that his neck was broken. I just thought he was really beaten up. But what ended up happening is after that, obviously, you think everything's really bad, and then suddenly Goku shows up just in time. And not only that, when he shows up, he completely one-shot Raccoon, and that was a big scene. And it just gave me chills. And when I'm talking about chills, I mean like chills up the back of your neck, up your spine. You're just like really into it. And that one was a big scene for me. It wasn't the first time that kind of thing happened. And going on to number 4 is when obviously against Perfect Cell, you had Gohan go Super Saiyan 2. Because that whole arc had been building up to that. You've been seeing flashes from him showing his power, and Goku putting so much faith into him. And everyone's getting the living crap beat out of him. You don't know what's going to happen. They're getting beat down. The Cell Juniors are doing quite the number on him. And then all of a sudden, you got Android 16 that came in there to try and help him out. Give him words of encouragement. Then, just like that, Perfect Cell stomps him, puts him out of his misery, and the scene is so epic when he just plain snaps out of nowhere, screaming, all the debris flying. Everyone's staring at him like, oh my god, he's changed and everything like that. The whole ground is shaking, got all that stuff going on. And then all of a sudden, he just finally changed. And then, of course, after that, he completely annihilates everything. But that's a very intense scene. Whether it's the smaller scene from the one episode where he changes pretty quickly, or the following episode, which he re-changes again. I never got that. But that is number 4. Number 3 is very similar to number 5, but it's the original one that did it better. It's when Goku shows up against the Saiyans and saves Gohan and Krillin, which is it pretty much is what led up to the Raccoon thing against the Ginyu Force and stuff like that. You got Nappa, who is literally unstoppable. And this is why I put this one above the one on Namek. One is the first time it happened. And second, the stakes are so much bigger. You got where Nappa's been annihilating everyone. He's been killing people left and right. On Namek, no one was really dying there. They were just really in bad shape. But Nappa had killed Chaozu. He had killed Tien. You also got Yamcha was killed, but he was killed by one of the Cybermen. But you got all of them that were completely taken out, and then Piccolo that sacrificed himself before Goku could get there. Then you got Krillin that was hurt and out of it yet again. And you also have Gohan that was in a bad state and about to be finished off by Nappa when all of a sudden, right before he's about to step down, I guess try to squash him, you got the Nimbus Cloud that comes in, grabs him, saves the day. You're like, what's going on? And then, bam, Goku is there to save the day once again. It just gives you chills when he just shows up out of nowhere. And after all that time, just, beats down Nappa. who who seemed pretty much unstoppable. You didn't know how much stronger Goku had gotten. There was nothing to actually show you, and based on how powerful he was before he left, you're like, is he gonna be on par with him? You couldn't really tell, so that was a big moment. Okay, going on to number 2, which might surprise some people based on what it is. I'm assuming a lot of people think it'll be number 1, but for me, it was number 2, is when Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time. There was a huge build up to this, especially when you were actually watching it on via Pioneer's version, or if you were watching it on Cartoon Network as it went along, because obviously before it's switched over, you would have constantly like Vegeta thinking Goku is a Super Saiyan, and you would have all these pictures online seeing him as a Super Saiyan. And of course, at the beginning of the Pioneer DVDs and VHSs, you'd see Goku as a Super Saiyan, which I never really got that. That didn't make any sense. And against Frieza, he was having a big fight back and forth between him and Goku. He was getting his butt whipped. You kept knowing it was coming. Like, when is this thing ever going to get here? And then finally, Piccolo was hurt. Krillin was killed. And then you got all the lightning going and the waves and all the debris flying up. And then all of a sudden, finally, he turns Super Saiyan. You know, they've had more epic ones where there was more going on, but that was the original. And that one has the most chills for me for that. Okay, going up to number 1, which you're like, what can beat out those? You know, seriously, after all that. And for me, this is just for me. It could be for other people as well, but obviously the first 2 arcs were shown a ton, because when Pioneer had it, you didn't have the new. It was just the Saiyan arc and the Namek arc. And once Goku showed up on Namek and took out Raccoon, it would keep resetting over and over again. So I got to see those quite a bit of times, and I'm on VHS back in the day as well. So what finally, one of the moments that really got me was obviously when Vegeta and Goku finally got to fight each other. That was an epic moment. You got when Goku was going to KO Ken against him and fighting him, which was, I think that's one of the best fights in the entire series, to be honest with you. But there's a particular part during that, and most people know this one very well, when Vegeta had enough of this. He was getting beat on, and he was flipping the air. He was going to blow up the planet with his Gallic gun. And Goku powered up, gave it all he got, powering up with Kaioken times 3. And they had their beam struggle going back and forth, and they had all the lights and flashing and stuff like that, showing them going back and forth, showing they're completely equal. And they're both giving all they've got to it. You got all the debris and ground shaking, gravel, everything flying in the air, shaking. You got just all kinds of chaos going on. And then, of course, Goku finally does the Kaioken times 4 and puts him out of his misery. But to me, I've seen that scene hundreds of times, and every time it gives me chills, even more than Goku turning Super Saiyan 1 for the first time. It's just, there's something about how that scene's put together and how it built to that. This just a piece of art that no matter how many times you see it, you can always appreciate it. Now, I know everyone won't agree with the order of that, or maybe we'll have different ones in there, but that's just my own opinion. And I stand by it, and I like it, and everything that has to do with it. Now, if you think different, just put it in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about my list, what your list is, or the scenes and stuff that you enjoyed. If you like this video, just hit the like button. And if you like my content, subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.